Now, let's talk about these coaching vacancies because you and I talked about who we expected. Uh, we already knew the Raiders' situation with with Gruden. The Vikings we expected, the Bears we expected, the Broncos we expected, the Giants we expected. Honestly, we thought that would come a little bit faster.
Right.
The Jaguars everyone knew of because Urban Meyer was already gone. But
Yeah.
the two surprises were the Dolphins and the Texans. And we talked about that last week with,
Yeah.
those being the black coaches that were fired, and now Mike Tomlin being the only black head coach left in the NFL. Now, that'll probably change once this period of hiring goes on.
Right.
And some people get hired. But the question now remains between those teams, again, 8 teams: Raiders, Vikings, Bears, Broncos, Giants, Jaguars, Dolphins, Texans.
Cowboys should be involved in that. They're not.
I was just trying to get to the point of the segment, but hold on. We got to step back.
Saying.
You coming from Mike McCarthy? He's not doing the job for you.
No, not at all. Did you see the game on Sunday against the 49ers?
They couldn't set up and get the ball to the referee.
That's on coaching. They're not prepared. Mike McCarthy, ask any Cowboy fan. Mike McCarthy is a liability, and that's the reason why I told everyone that would listen, I don't trust that team in the playoffs because I don't trust the guy on the sidelines. At some point, it does come down to coaching as well, and Mike McCarthy doesn't have the skins on the wall anymore. He did have one nice run in Green Bay, I get it, but he hasn't been that guy since. And there's a reason why he was out of the league. And when he came back into the league, he even told Jerry Jones, "Oh, I watched every one of the Cowboys games last season. And I'm using analytics now. I'm doing this, that, and the other." And then when he was asked about it after he got the job, he said, "Oh, I didn't do that. I just said that to get the job." Like, that's a red flag right there. That's a red flag right there.
You lied to get the job.
Right. I mean, you lied to your employer to get the job. Like, where do they do that in a normal world? It's like if I'm working at AM PM or something like that, and I told these guys that I have a high school education, then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, so what high school did you graduate from?" "Oh, I didn't graduate. I just told you that because I wanted to get the job." I'm fired. They're going to fire me. But Mike McCarthy showed that high school, maybe he should have been working at AM PM instead of working on the sidelines of the Cowboys against the 49ers because that last play.
You just told him to go. You told Mike McCarthy to go work at a gas station.
Yes, I did. Ooh, at
boy.
least I told him AM PM. I didn't tell him some gas station that's like a terrible one. AM PM's cool. People like that spot. Yeah, I think McCarthy should be fired. I think that he's not a very good head coach. I think that the Cowboys are going to transition to Kellen Moore at some point anyway. And Kellen Moore, he's got a lot to be desired after that arrogant play call that he had at the end. But this is a total side story to the segment we're supposed to be talking about. So sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rant, but sometimes that's what I do.
Rant away. I love this. I love Q when he's passionate.
It just makes me angry that you have this opportunity to go win this game at the end that you have no business being in, and then you blow it away by having a stupid play call and acting like your team had never been there and done that before. And then Dak wants to come out and talk about, it's the officials' fault, blaming the officials because of their lack of knowledge and their lack of ability to get the ball set and hand it to the official like a smart player would have done, ran the ball to the official instead of hand it to your center like your center is going to do something with it besides put it down. Everyone knows the rule. I mean, it was just a lack of awareness, and it was bad discipline. It's a reason why the Cowboys haven't done anything in the last 25 years because they run a country club and they have a bunch of country club type coaches, and someone needs to crack the whip there, but Jerry's not going to do it, so I don't know who's going to do it, so I don't know what the point of the last 5 minutes has been. My bad.
It's fine. I love this. I love Passion Q when he brings it on the Cowboys. Hey, listen, man, that's an organization that should have had more success by now. They continue to flounder. I've said for a long time, Jerry Jones needs to step back. He needs to let
his fans are crying on national TV.
There was
the saddest thing. Fans crying on TV.
That was they were like they couldn't keep it together.
There was a guy that got busted with his side chick because they caught him on camera.
Wait, what?
Yes, there was a guy that, first of all, I don't know why he even had a side chick, because if you look at his hairstyle that he had, it was awful.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was the worst hairstyle I ever seen. It looked like he was like had some sumo type wrestler, but he wasn't a sumo wrestler. It was bad, right? It was awful. And he's holding his girl, or he's holding a female, and she's in tears, and he has like red in his eyes, like he's been crying. And then all of a sudden, his girl goes on Twitter and was like, "Hey, that's my guy, and that's his side chick. He's been dating her on and off for a while, and he said he was done with her, and this was going to be a guy's trip." Clearly, it's not. Now we're done. I mean, he got busted on national TV. The fans can't catch a break. The team can't catch a break. And all that's because Mike McCarthy is a bad head coach.
Coming with the heat. Just
It just makes me mad. I don't like bad football. And I've covered the Raiders, so I know bad football when I see it.
Oh boy,
And that was bad. That was bad situational football. That's from a bad head coach who's been messing up all year long. So, I mean, time management's terrible. Decision making is terrible. Mike McCarthy just doesn't have it. Jerry Jones should have fired him the minute that game was over. He shouldn't even have let him take a shower. Should have just said, hey,
just go home. He should have Lane Kiffined him.
Lane Kiffin, Lane
Kiffin said, "Don't get on the bus.
Right.
Figure your own way home."
Exactly. Here. Don't even get on the bus. We'll send you your check in the mail.
And weren't they in Dallas? So it just would have been like, just don't go in. Don't get out of Jerry's world. Just walk.
Yeah, exactly. Just leave your key card at the door.
This segment went from being one of the top coaching destinations to, man, get rid of Mike McCarthy.
Well, he should have. I don't want to keep railing.
He's about to go right back to it.
I know. I'm so sorry. I apologize, everyone.
Oh man, I'm totally not gonna bring this up for the rest of the year. Like I'm not gonna try to rile up Q anymore with this anymore. But okay, top of those eight destinations that actually are a thing. Who are your top three?
My top three. Well, number three, I think, is the Bears. I think because they have a nice young quarterback in Justin Fields, who I think is a quality quarterback. I think. We don't know, but
We don't know.
I think he's a quality quarterback, and I feel like the Bears have a really good defense. And so I think that could be a nice situation. And Chicago, in my opinion, is a very passionate fan base. You know, the fan base really loves their football. So you know that the team and the organization wants to win. I don't know if they're going to. That division, I think, outside of Aaron Rodgers, is very winnable. You have another team in that division that is looking for their head coach in Minnesota. Again, Green Bay is obviously the cream of the crop in that division, but I think that Chicago's a nice spot. So that's number three for me. So who's number three for you?
Number three is also Chicago. I'm the same.
You looked at me like I was saying something crazy, and you were going with the same one.
Yeah, I was the same one. I think we might have the same three exact lined up. Unfortunately, you bet we don't. All right. So for all the same reasons, Chicago, Justin Fields, they got that. My only thing with Chicago is they're going to have a good draft pick this year.
Yeah,
but they don't have a whole lot of money in free agency right now. They got $30 million, decent money, but my number two team. Is a team with the most money. That's the Miami Dolphins.
That's your number two team who just hired Brian Flores because they didn't like the way his style, even though he won back-to-back double-digit games. I wouldn't want to go there. That's not the number two team.
Hear me out.
I knew he was the name. That's very Drake of you.
That's whoa! Where we come with the light skin hatred?
I didn't say I said Drake.
I know what you're saying there. You know what it is about.
No. I thought Drake's last album was pretty soft, and it was very R&B ish for a hip hop artist. I just thought there was too much softness in it, so that was a soft comment. I didn't say anything about light skin. I love light skin folks.
Anybody that's watched this
pull
show
for Steph Curry
or listen to this show, this man makes fun of my light skinnedness every week. And this wasn't about being light skinned. This is about being, get the heck out of here. Who are you even, Q? But back to my point with the Dolphins. Yes, that's worrisome. But the Dolphins you have a young quarterback on a rookie contract. I'm not saying Tua's all that, but you don't got to pay a lot for him.
Right.
You have defensive playmakers. You have young playmakers on this team. You got Jalen Waddle, I think, who looked really good this year. You have $70.4 million in cap space.
You got bread,
If you're an NFL head coach, you can come in, you can spend money, get offensive linemen, get what you need to get to make this offense not need to depend on Tua Tagovailoa. Make sure that defense is still wrapped up, and then this can be your team. You be like, look, I brought in some vets. These are my guys. You young guys. You come in, we bang, and we go in next year, and the Bills are gonna be looking at it. It's like, what happened? Where did you guys come from? And I really think that the Dolphins. That's why I'm not saying the culture. I agree with you. I don't believe in the Miami organization. But if I'm a head coach, I look at that salary cap space and I say, GM, what can we do with that? Who can you get me? What can I do with this upcoming draft pick that I'm about to get? I think there's real potential there.
Okay. No, I mean, I can see your reasoning there, but I don't like Stephen Ross. I think that the ownership there is terrible,
I
and
agree. That's the
I
downside.
think that plays a factor because you don't really know your job security. I mean, you got Brian Flores who went in there and they were supposed to be tanking. He found a way to win 5 games, and then all of a sudden he gets back-to-back 10-win seasons with a quarterback that he doesn't even know if is real quarterback. I mean, he's got Tua, and nobody even knows if he's going to be the guy. So I just don't trust Miami. So that's the only reason why I don't put them in the top three. I'm actually going to stay in the same division that I've already talked about when I was talking about the Bears, and I'm going to talk about the Vikings. And I'll put them at number two. And it's funny that I put them at number two, even though I like Chicago a lot. I put them at number two because I like a lot of their weapons that they have. I like the running back in Dalvin Cook. I love Justin Jefferson. I mean, I don't know how he made it all the way to Minnesota when he did. Where they pick him at number 18 or something like that, or whatever pick it was. 17 teams made mistakes, or
Steal. That was
what
a
I mean?
steal.
Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, that dude was an absolute stud, or is an absolute stud. We all know what Thielen brings to the table. I think Minnesota, when they get their mind right and they get their right coach in there, they'll get back to their defensive ways. They have that nice new stadium there, and of course, they're another organization that wants to win. It's a football division, in my opinion. Some divisions are like football divisions, and and that is one of them right there. So I'm actually picking the Vikings as my number two team as far as most favorable jobs out of the 8 that are open right now.
That's really interesting. So you have the Vikings as your number two.
Yep.
I have the Dolphins. All right. I think we have the same number one, though.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I went with your boys, the region, the Raiders.
There is no region. It is nationwide.
listen,
Raider
listen,
Nation.
it's a region because y'all in Vegas or y'all in Cali or y'all
It
it's
don't
that
matter.
West Coast area
No,
ish.
it's the thing. It doesn't matter where the team's at because they're worldwide. They're like Pitbull.
Worldwide.
They're
They're
like
no,
Pitbull,
see,
Mr.
like they're a
Worldwide.
region. See, Pittsburgh's worldwide. You go to
Oh, man.
Arizona, Pittsburgh fans take over that stadium. You go to Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh fans take over that
Raider
stadium.
fans
You
do the
go to San
same
Francisco,
thing.
Pittsburgh fans take over that stadium.
Raider
Raiders
fans do
fans,
the same thing.
they do not. I was here in
Same
Pittsburgh.
thing.
They had like maybe
I was there
10%.
in
They had
Pittsburgh.
10% of the stadium in Heinz Field. That was it.
That's
I
because they
was
were bored.
that was oh, okay. They were poor. Guess what? Guess what? The Steelers. I've been in Arizona where Steelers fans have been 70%.
Okay.
That's
That's 'cause
3,000 miles away,
the
and they
Cardinal
took over.
fans don't even
That's
go to
real
their games.
stalionation.
Arizona fans don't go to their games in Arizona. That's why.
That's their problem.
Okay,
That's not the
so
Steelers' problem.
you're benefiting all. That's like saying, "Oh well, the Steeler fans were large and in charge against the Chargers." Everyone knows that. Nobody. I mean, come on, man. That's terrible, man.
They do it everywhere, baby.
All
They
right,
do it
Mike
in Miami. They
McCarthy.
do it
All right,
everywhere.
Mike McCarthy.
Oh, whoa!
You're
See
starting to
now
Mike
it's getting.
McCarthy
You
it up,
call me
man.
Drake. If you called me Steph Curry, I'd be at least like
I
that's
didn't. I won't.
respectable.
I'll never
That'd
call
be
you Steph Curry.
respectable. But now
I'll
you
never
calling me
call you.
Mike McCarthy. Now I'm offended.
Well,
Now I'm like, okay.
it's because you're starting to bring in some fake analytics. You know, you're hitting me with some stats that don't matter.
Now, see, if you want some fake it, okay, Jamarcus Russell. Now I'm hitting it back at you.
Hey, that was awful. That was awful times. I'll tell you right there. But I'll say I agree with you 100%. I do think that the Raiders are the most favorable job right now. I think that the ones that more people are going to want, both the GM and potentially the head coach, because still Rich Bisaccia is potentially, I guess, still in the mix for the head coaching job. I don't think he's going to get it, but that's just my gut feeling. But the GM job is open, and I do think that that's going to be an attractive job. And, I'll tell you this, Chris, I mean, as much as we joke about Steelers and Raiders, this is the first time in a very long time that I can remember that the Raiders were actually a job that people wanted to go to. And that's not a disrespect to the team. That's just reality. In the past, that was a job where you went to because you wanted to be a coach really bad. Hey, there's only 32 of these. Okay, I'll take the Raiders job. That's just what it was. Like Dennis Allen, he got his head coaching job there with the Raiders. He got fired. He's a really good coach. Now he's getting another interview. Potentially he's going to get some interviews. Other coaches have gone there. Jack Del Rio wanted to be a head coach again, and boom, he went and took the Raiders job. I mean, Gruden, that was a different situation, but just look at the coaches they've had over the past. It has not been the most desirable situation. Now all of a sudden, they're in Vegas. They have a new stadium. They have the facilities. They have an owner that's willing to pay money to get the coach. They've got a franchise quarterback if you want to keep him. They've got some good weapons on defense and offense. I mean, they are a 10-win team that just came out of the playoffs. I mean, there's a lot to like about that situation. You just got to find the right guy. So that's why I would say that they're the best opening right now. And it's been a long time. I couldn't tell you the last time I said that they were the best opening available.
It's certainly a question here, and the Raiders also $39 million in cap space that could
Right.
probably be increased with some moves this year.
Sure.
You go and you have an established franchise quarterback. Maybe maybe
Who's
Derek
only
Carr wants
making
out.
19 million this next year.
That's a great situation.
19 million. That's like minimum wage now. You know what I
Dang,
mean?
he said
Like,
minimum wage.
I mean,
Look,
it's real.
bruh, if I could make 19 mil on minimum wage.
Football minimum wage. Football quarterback minimum wage.
No, I feel you. It's
I mean,
definitely
Dak's
it's a
making 40
discount.
million, and look, he's at home too.
Dang, jeez, Dak Prescott, 40 million to slide 20 yards short of where you're 5 yards short we needed to slide. That's a whole nother situation. But no, I feel you there. The Raiders, this is a prime opportunity for an NFL coach to come in. You'll have young talent. You'll have a quarterback that isn't costing you too much. You'll have salary cap space, reestablish the culture there,
Yeah.
and keep moving forward. Also, I've said this all season long, but I am so impressed by how Derek Carr continued to carry himself and the team through John Gruden's firing, through losing 2 first-round picks and Ruggs and Arnett. With all the drama, that team should have folded long ago. They did
Agreed.
not, and that says something to the players who are still there. So the Raiders,
Agreed.
top location. Let us know if we're crazy. Are we crazy? Is there a team that we should have considered above them? Let us know. He's at YourBoyQ254 on Twitter. I'm at Carter Critiques on Twitter as well.